To stay up to date, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. Hi everybody, Ira Miller here with ERA Grizzard Real Estate, the Villages expert, and today this video is on what you may not know about the Villages. So today we're starting off at the Village of Spanish Springs. This is the original town square of the Villages. So they call it Spanish Springs for short, or Spanish Springs Town Square. But so we're right here at the sign and at the entrance to the Marriott Town Suite Place. And then straight down this road is Spanish Springs. So what I want to point out to you today is that most people don't know that there's attached units and condos here in the Villages. So I'm over here at Vista Villas. Vista Villas is a condominium style living community. Totally maintenance free, run under a condominium association. So you actually don't even own I would say you don't own the entire structure. They are attached units. There's some units are 3 units and some are 4 units. Some are 1 story, some are 2 stories, and there are even 3-story homes in these condos. Now they totally do all the maintenance here for these homes. One thing that they don't do is they don't clean the roofs. That would be up to you, but they do pressure wash the home on occasion, and they will paint the outside at no cost to you. That's just part of your condo fee that you pay here. And the condominium fee for Vista Villas right now is $431 a month, paid quarterly. And I think that is like $1,294 a quarter, okay? 1.5 car garages. Like I said, some are, the 3-story homes are actually across the street, and this is another community. It's another condominium community here in the Villages. This is the Villas of Spanish Springs. Now, we are at the corner of Alonzo Avenue and Avenida de las Casas, okay? So we can pan over here and you can see what this community looks like in the Villas of Spanish Springs. And this is where they do have even 3-story condominiums here, attached units. And again, they're all taken care of by the condominium association. So I'm sure that's probably something you did not know about. That's pretty much exclusive to the Village of Spanish Springs. Now, there are actually 2 other communities. One is the backside of Spanish Springs, which that's Sonoma Villas. We'll bring you Sonoma Villas. I'll go ahead and show you Sonoma Villas. And there's one other place at Glenview Country Club called the Carriage Houses. And we'll bring you that as well and show you. So those are the 4 places that you can purchase. Now, Sonoma Villas is different than the other 3. Sonoma Villas is under an HOA, or a homeowners association. So you actually take care of the outside of your own home. You paint it, you pressure wash it, and all that good stuff. And you take care of the lawn maintenance as well. So that Sonoma Villas is different than these other three because these other three, like I said, are all taken care of by the condominium association, which does the grounds, the landscaping, the pressure washing, and the painting of the home. So there you go. We have condominiums and attached units here in the villages. Now, very rarely do they come on the market. These homes are very exclusive, and people love them because you can literally, a 2-minute walk, and you are downtown. All right, so let's take a run through on the villas of Spanish Springs and give you a little idea of what these look like. So again, there's 1, 2, and 3 bedroom or 3-story homes. And then right across the street, this is kind of where we started the video, and we'll take you through Vista Villas and let you get an idea of what those look like. And I will have to say, selfishly, what gave me the idea of looking at and doing this video of what you may not know about the villages was I have listed this home and this is what Vista Lago Villas looks like, and it actually, on the other street, you can walk right over to that building in front of us, and that building in front of us is La Hacienda Recreation Center. So walking distance to the rec center, walking distance to the downtown area. These condos are just the epitome of convenience here in the villages. All right, so let me, on our way over to Sonoma Villas, we're gonna go ahead and kind of give you a little more overview. Now, if you see that one yellow one right in front of us, that's the 3-story. With the little balcony off the back, that's a 3rd-story balcony up there. So these used to be guest accommodations. Years ago, when I worked for the villages and I worked here, my office was here in Spanish Springs, all the guests used to come and stay here on the lifestyle preview plan. So once the developer, Properties of the Villages, moved on, they sold these off to private individuals. So now these are all individually owned. Some of them are owned by investors and you can rent them out, but they're really beautiful architecturally. You can see the metal roofs, the tile roofs, the asphalt shingles. This is what the Villas of Spanish Springs looks like. Now as we come up to this stop sign and this intersection, right across the street, that is Sonoma Villas. So we are on the back side of Spanish Springs Town Square, and you could even see where it says for rent in that window of that one condo right there. And so, like I said, some investors have even purchased these homes and are renting them out. So this is the backside of Sonoma, and here you can only go one way. So this is exit only. So we're going to go ahead and go around to the front, and we'll stop and go from there. Okay, so here we are at Vista Sonoma Villas. This is the attached condo community. Actually, it's not a condo. These are attached townhomes, I'll call them. And they all operate under an HOA, a homeowners association, and not the condo association like Vista Lago Villas and the villas of Spanish Springs operate under. So as you can see, they are kind of similar. They are attached. There's actually 3 units, 3 homes per unit. And you have 1 story and you have 2 story in here. The roofs look a little darker than what the other homes look like. That's because, again, this is an HOA, and this is that's the responsibility of the homeowner to go ahead and get that. And I know they're replacing a lot of these roofs right now. So on the other side, on Avenida Central, the homes that back up to Avenida Central, you can see they're starting to replace those roofs back there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go on over to the Carriage Houses. I want to show you that 4th development. And again, those were used as lifestyle preview plan accommodations. They were kind of like the overflow when all of these were filled up at one point. So let's go ahead and go on over to the Carriage Houses. All right, before we head over to the Carriage Houses, I thought it'd be nice to kind of just drive you through this neighborhood. And actually, now that I think about it, I'll go ahead and drive through all 3 neighborhoods, because you're probably curious as to what each of these looks like up close. Now, see these homes over here? Remember I was telling you they're redoing the roofs? So they're redoing the roofs over here and across the street. It looks like they're just working their way around. Now you can see how new all the roofs look like going through the neighborhood, rather than the really dark tiled ones. They just haven't got to those yet. All right, so very pretty neighborhood. The architecture is beautiful. It kind of, mimics the Spanish theme that we are going off of with Spanish Springs Villas. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this video up with probably one of the most exclusive areas in the entire Villages. This is called Hickory Head Hammock. And this place here is totally gated. And Christian, go ahead and zoom in on those gates, on those ornamental gates. They're beautiful gates. This entrance, you cannot get through with your regular gate card. Where you can get through anywhere else in the Villages with your gate card, you cannot get through this entrance with your gate card. You need a special gate card if you live in this community to get through. So it's very private, very exclusive. This is where the family lived in the 1990s. When I started working for the Villages in 2000, they had just started to move over to the new area off of 466 where they live now, and started selling off all these homes. So this place right over here to the left, when we go around, we'll show you the front of it, but this is where Harold Schwartz lived. And Harold Schwartz is the original developer of the Villages. He's the one that started this home as a mobile, this community as a mobile home community. That's where Harold lived over there until he passed away. So there's even little guest cottages over there on his property right there. So we're gonna go ahead and take you inside. We're gonna show you around the community. It's one circle, one road that circles all the way around. We'll show you the pool that's in here, tennis courts, and show you the homes, see what that looks like. But very, very rarely do these homes ever even come on the market. When people buy them, they pretty much stay there. Spanish Springs is about a rock's throw from here. I mean, it's walking distance. You can literally walk to Spanish Springs from here. And we are actually across the street from Spanish Springs Villas and Vista Villas. So that's how close we are in this community. All right, so that's Hickory Head Hammock, and one of probably the most exclusive area for people to buy in the villages right here. All right, so we are inside Hickory Head Hammock. Like I said out front, this is a very exclusive area where the family of the developer lived back in the 1990s. This home on the right is where Harold Schwartz lived. He is actually the father of Gary Morris, and Harold is the original developer. He's the one that sold the mobile homes, and then so this area was pretty much exclusively for the family and all their friends who came down from Michigan. And so they came and they went and they built all these homes for the family and friends as they developed the villages. Now, if you look, this community actually has its own swimming pool as well. So if we'll go ahead and do a close-up. That pool over there is not a pool for a home. It's actually a community pool and pool house. So there you can get I think a little better view of it. And then the home over to our right, that is Jennifer Parr's old home before they all moved out to where they live today. So I'm sure this is definitely an area that the majority of my viewers here have not heard of. All right, so this is the community of Hickory Head Hammock. All right, so this is the entrance to Glenview Champions Country Club, and it's a beautiful entrance through here, gorgeous. Over to our right are Premier Homes, so those are the top of the line homes for the villages. That's called the Village of Sunbury over there. And then the golf course in the foreground there, that's Glenview. And then right through there is the entrance to the Carriage Houses. So I just wanted to give you a little perspective. Over to our left is the professional tennis facility that has the hydro grid clay courts. So But see, so here is Sunbury of Glenbrook. And then right through here at the entrance to Sunbury, you come into the Carriage Houses at Glenview. So I'm just going to drive through and take you through here so you can see what this community looks like. So it's a little different than the Spanish-themed villas of Spanish Springs and Vista Lago villas, but it's just as beautiful, and these all back up to either the Glenview Country Club golf course or to the parking lot. But for the tennis fanatic, this would be great. These would be great accommodations. You can literally walk right to Glenview Country Club for your golf. And it's a wonderful restaurant in there. And then this is the village's premier tennis facility. And actually, they have a private pool. It's called a country club pool, right through here. And that pool is in the shape of a tennis racket. So we will do a little drive-by, but you can see where it says Glenview Champions Tennis Club on that sign right over there. So let's take a drive over by the pool area. We don't want to get too invasive with people hanging out at the pool, so we're not going to go ahead and go on inside there. But here's a shot of the tennis courts and people playing tennis on the tennis courts. And then at the end of Glenview Road here is the Savannah Center. So that's the Performing Arts Center, and that's where all the groups and songs and dances and everything, musical groups used to play before they had the Sharon Morris Performing Arts Center. And they still do some plays, and they have the village's acting troupe called the Way, Way, Way Off-Broadway Players. That's the acting troupe that puts on shows here at the Savannah Center, amongst other things. All right, so I really love this entrance here. Very pleasing to the eye. They've done a great job with designing this and doing the little waterfalls in here. It's really enjoy this entrance. All right, let's go ahead and give you a little overview with the drone. Because I want to show you all the features for the carriage houses. So right below us, that is the the Savannah Center pool. So the Savannah Center, which is right there, kind of acts as a recreation center. Like I said, that is the Performing Arts Center before the Sharon Morris Performing Arts Center, but it still has some really nice rooms where a lot of the clubs meet. So this is the Roundabout for Glenview Country Club, and we're gonna kind of just go on over. That's where we went in, and we'll just follow it around. We showed you what it looked like from the ground. That's Sunbury. And then there are the Carriage Houses. And then the tennis facility to the left over here. But we'll fly right over the Carriage Houses. You can get a little idea of how they lay out. And then you have Glenview Country Club. And then I'll go ahead and there's the pool. Main reason for this drone is I want to show you that racket-shaped pool. And there you go. Pretty cool, huh? So that's the swimming pool. All right. There's Designer Homes. That's more of the Glenview Country Club and more of the villages. So we'll just go ahead and head on back, and we'll travel up the tree-lined drive there, back to the Savannah Center, which this is where we're standing here at the Savannah Center, and you can see the big white roof of the Savannah Center right in the middle of the screen. Hi, thank you for watching part 1 of Little Known Facts About the Villages. I wanted to take this opportunity to talk to you a little bit about one other fact that I have recently discovered, and I wanted to bring that to you in this segment. It gives me the opportunity to kind of end the segment, but I just wanted to end it by bringing you one more little known fact that I recently discovered, actually last week. So there was a home that somebody called me about in the VLS, or the Villages Listing System, and they asked me about a home on York Street. And they thought that the taxes appeared to be pretty low on this home, and they asked me why the taxes were so low. Well, I looked into it, and I pulled up the tax information on this home on York Street, and I see that the bond, what I thought, was paid off, because as I've shown you before in previous videos about how to determine the bonds on homes, I brought you to districtgov.org. And there you can find your bond amortization schedules, and you can see what the bond payoff is and how much you pay on that bond every year. And I thought it was strange that this home would have a bond that was already paid off, and the home is only 2 years old right now. And so when I looked at the tax record, I saw there was no bond payoff, yearly payoff on the tax records. So I took it one step further, and I decided I was going to go and just kind of look, and I was just curious as to see what the bonds were for that particular home anyways. So what I did was I went to the amortization schedule on districtgov.org, and this particular home on York Street happened to be in Unit 16. So Unit 16 is right here, and it downloads the schedule for me, and up pops this schedule for Unit 16. Well, as I look, 2019 did not have any yearly bond amount for 2019, and neither does 2020. So the taxes for last year and this year on this particular home do not reflect the bond payoff, the yearly bond payoff, and the taxes. So that's why the taxes appeared very low for this one particular home. But as I look for 2021, now $1,535.61 starts the bond payoff. So you're already behind the curve a little bit for 2 years, because for whatever reason, I don't know, this is very unusual to me because I've never known the bond not to be started right away. And I don't know, maybe it's because the developer didn't want to have to pay on this bond while they were developing this home, or whether they might have just wanted the taxes to appear lower when they went to go sell a home. In either case, I just find it very strange that they're delaying a bond payoff amount for 2 years. So it's kind of misleading, and I wanted to bring that to your attention. If you are looking for homes in these areas, what I want you to pay particular attention to is the legal description for these homes in the new area. And what I've looked at and what I've discovered is anything from Unit 14V all the way through, I guess it is Unit 43V, has this same anomaly where for 2 years there is no bond amount for these homes. And so that's why I thought it was very important that I bring this to your attention. And so when you're looking for homes, if the taxes appear to be out of line with some of the other listings in a certain area, let's go ahead and dive into it. Let's kind of figure out, hey, the bond might be paid off. If the bond is paid off, that's great. Then taxes are going to remain lower. But if they're not paid off, then we have to think, well, why? Why aren't they paid off? So in unit number, this is again in District 12, in unit number 43V, which is right here, this bond starts at $28,024.78, and you don't start paying off that bond to 2021. All right, so I just wanted to bring that to your attention, because if you thought that you were buying a home with lower taxes than in the surrounding areas and you didn't really inquire about it, you'll probably be surprised next year, well actually in 2022, because that's when you're going to get your taxes for 2021. All right, so just keep that in mind about the taxes in the new area. And I'll continue to bring more information to you as I discover them. Oh, and don't forget, if you are a new viewer, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also the notification icon. So each and every time I put out one of these new videos, then you'll be notified that we have new videos for you to watch. And any of this information, if you have any questions about it, feel free to give me a call. My cell phone number, my direct line is 352-454-9561. You can call me or text me. You can call my office and talk to one of my assistants. Their number is 352-204-9025 or 9026. There's 2 extensions that if you can't reach me for whatever reason, if I'm working with somebody, I don't normally answer my phone, but you can go ahead and reach one of my assistants. And if you've reached out to me before, you're probably talking to one of them anyways. So I want to thank you again for watching, and my email address is homesaroundthevillages@gmail.com, and you could always get more information at homesaroundthevillages.com. That's my website. So thank you again for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. And again, please go to part 2 and watch that at your convenience.